ladies and gentlemen. We're back for episode 2 of One Last Try. Hi, Marcus.
What's up, Delindra? How are you?
I don't know. Maybe I really do need this show myself when it comes to friendships and relationships. So, I'm ready to do this today. I think this episode is going to help a lot of people. We're going to be talking about take responsibility, and it's for the men. But you know what? I'm going to own up as a woman and say women need to do the same thing too.
Yeah.
So, Marcus, this was your day. What? Tell us about this day.
Okay, so this book in this section right here is basically talking about the men taking responsibility. The premise is that maybe he messed up, and maybe he didn't realize that he messed up, and maybe she's been telling him that he's messing up. And if he's single, maybe this is kind of help him to not mess up. so it's about take responsibility about, hey, if he messed up, some of the things that he can do, and even from a biblical perspective, like just remember, like what's done in a relationship is done. You can't change what you did. If you cheated and you got caught, right?
True.
Then it's done. If there was an argument and you lost, take some responsibility. Um, a lot of times, okay, for instance, I do coach.
Mm-hmm.
I do football coaching and basketball coaching. So it takes a lot of time away from the home.
True.
On top of it, I was a teacher by day. So, and then preaching, of course, on Sundays. So that can get into the way of a relationship if you're not balanced. So you have to have balance, right?
Mm-hmm.
But some guys may be coaching or maybe doing other things and may not realize that he's neglecting the chores or neglecting the helping out with the family. Taking the kids to school or maybe the grandma's house. Like he's leaving the his wife to do everything, or his girlfriend. I don't know if you
True.
call them girlfriends after 40. So significant other.
Mm. Some people still do, Marcus. I don't know.
Some people still do.
Yeah.
Lord
That
Jesus.
lets you know their mindset, though.
Yeah. I need a no. You need a grown woman / grown man. That's what you
Exactly.
need. Yeah.
I mean,
So
I like this because first of all, I appreciate the fact that you came out the door, out the gate the first day with take responsibility. You know what I mean? Especially after we told them to do the evaluation first.
mhm.
It should make a person look at themselves to see what do I need to be accountable for, and not even just the man, but the woman. Like what have I done as a woman in this relationship or marriage? The reason that it's failing. And I'm the type of person, and my best friend gets so tired of me because I constantly ask him, "What's wrong with me?" Because I expect for him to tell me the truth. And sometimes you are so deep into yourself, like you said, Marcus. You were coaching and ministering and teaching. You're so involved in what you're doing, you don't see what you're doing. But when somebody tells you, "Hey, you are doing this," I mean, don't
Yeah.
argue. Just be like, "Yeah, I
Yeah.
am."
I am right.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, not in every case, I can't even say this was my case even at the time,
Mhm.
but sometimes we like to say you knew this when you met me.
Oh yeah. I
That's
say that
the
to
that's
God
the
all the time. I say
that's the
that to
big
God.
one right there. You knew I was busy when you met me.
Look, I be telling God, you created me. And I bet he be like, want to just hit me in the head.
Yeah, I'm
But
sure he does.
what? Like it hit me really hard when I thought I was just the perfect wife. Oh, D was taking care of the bills, the kids, the house. And I asked my ex-husband, I was like, you not to be separated. What was the issue? He's like, there was nothing wrong with you. The only thing was you didn't give me my time.
Wait,
And it hurt me
explain that part.
because
Time, like to do what or for what? What do you mean?
the intimate time. I mean,
Oh,
we
the
got a freak on.
time, the
I mean, we
time.
keep it real, y'all. We got a freak on, but he wanted more time of me. The pre time, the cuddle time, and the kissing time.
Quality time.
Yeah, and I just didn't have time for that because and I'm not tripping on him. We good together, we good as friends. But at the time he was not being the man of the household. Somebody had to take care of the bills. So if I'm doing double chores, I just was like, hey, let's get our freak on because I want some to go to sleep. Simple.
Yeah.
I
But
had to,
I know this is a man's show today, as far as well, not man's show, but this is like
I'm
the man take
saying,
responsibility. But yeah, you
mhm.
need some help in taking responsibility too.
I mean, it hurt me because I felt like I was doing what I should have done. I was giving him every part of me, but I wasn't
Right,
giving him the quality part of me. And it
right.
hurt. I was like, okay, so if I had given you the quality time, would you have been the man you should have been?
Probably.
It bothers me when you think about that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah. Like and that's like one that down the road with one of the other chapters that we have. But
Yeah.
the other part I wanted to talk about as far as taking responsibility, because I don't want the audience to miss this, is
Mhm.
that he or she, for that matter, should take responsibility of their life, take responsibility of their thoughts, their words, take responsibility of your actions, take responsibility of your feelings. So, in taking responsibility is not just own up to, okay, you messed up. Yes, I may
Mhm.
have messed up. And even if I didn't mess up, maybe I'm right. Maybe I didn't cheat. Maybe I didn't, not abusive and do all these other things that can create chaos. But I
Mhm.
have to also take responsibility that, hey, you know what? I could help out with the chores. I could help out with the children. And maybe I don't always say things the right way. Maybe my delivery is off, or
Mhm.
maybe I don't express my feelings the way I should. Take responsibility. It's not simple. And the
No.
reason why it's not simple is because we have our paradigm, right? We were all shaped and created from our past and from our childhood. So
Mhm.
my paradigm, it is what it is, but now I have to be I guess more thoughtful in how to change that. And then do the exercises like we said in the book,
Mhm.
you
And see
know.
what you said makes so much sense when you think about it, but you don't think about it till afterwards. If you take responsibility for the way you talk to people, the way you treat people, your actions, everything, then your relationships can be a lot better. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm sitting here as you talk and I'm looking back at the ex relationship, my second marriage. I'm looking back at it because I'm like, okay, well, okay, if he took responsibility, I could have did this, and if he did this, I could have did this, and I'm just looking at how it stacks up. If both of us had to take responsibility for different things, it could have been a great relationship. The
Yeah.
marriage would have probably still been going. So taking responsibility is a major part of keeping a relationship, a marriage, or even a friendship going.
That's part of the battle. Part of the battle. Because there's layers to it. Like,
Yeah.
you know, we take responsibility of ourselves in the sense of, okay, I'm going to make sure I dress myself, I clean myself, hopefully, right?
Mhm.
I clean myself, I'm going to go to work, I'm taking responsibility in those areas. But now when she comes and she says something that maybe he doesn't like, he
Mhm.
might take it too personal.
Mhm.
So he has to take responsibility in the area of, I'm not going to take it too personal. I'm going to, you know, say, hey, no biggie, no harm, no foul. This is how
Yeah.
she sees it, and I'm going to try to make the change. Whatever those changes might be. But what I find is sometimes, even when I talk to men and coaching them, they say, yeah, they make all these changes, but then their wives or their fiancés don't want to make the change necessary to kind of like counterbalance it. And I think that's a problem because they said that they lose themselves. So the men are finding out that they're starting to say that they're losing themselves by taking responsibility, saying, okay, she got that, she won that. I'm gonna let her have that. I'm gonna do this now. I'm gonna do this. Then before long, he's not hanging out anymore. He's not enjoying himself anymore. He's not doing the things that he enjoy anymore. Even as simple as playing the video game. Like I know that's so like cliche, right? But a lot of women don't understand that playing the video game is really keeping a lot of men from going out hurting somebody.
That's true.
You
That's true.
know, and she might see him, oh yeah, he gets up or he comes home and he's on the game. Well, what other stress relief does he have other than sex, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if he can't go to the gym because you're afraid of all the women at the gym, if he can't go to the to hang out with his cousins because they ain't no good, all of them single, right? Then what is he going to do? What's left for him to do?
And I'm agree with you on that. I'm gonna give you that one. No,
Ah,
no, I'm giving you that because I was and I'm not trying to say I'm all that because I was beyond perfect, but I was the wife who said, "Go hang out." You know what I'm saying? I've been at work all day. You've been with the kids. Go hang out. Like it was reverse roles. So go hang out, play the video games. Go get you something to drink. That's what you want to do. Do that. But there are women who are just like, okay, you can't go hang out. You can't be with your friend. I don't want you to be with your friend if your friend is disrespectful to me. I ain't tripping on
oh,
your
yeah,
friends.
yeah, 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 yeah,
But
yeah.
my
That's fine.
problem
That's
is
fine.
when your friends and family disrespect our household or disrespect me, yeah, you supposed to straighten it out as a man. Take responsibility for your friends. Make them. I had an issue with the problem of friends coming over, putting their food in my refrigerator with notes on my food, on their food saying, do not cook my food. Don't put your food in my refrigerator. I had problems with friends coming over, lounging around like it was their house all day long, leaving stuff around. You don't leave trash in nobody else's house. I had problems with friends coming over feeling like they can come over when my husband wasn't there and you supposed to walk in, no, but you don't come in my house when he's not here. See, those are the problems that men have
Oh
to
boy.
understand that a lot of women have problems with. And that's why we might say, you might want to call us a B when we say something, but we're saying it because you're allowing friends to disrespect your woman in your house. No man come in and treat your house like it's their house. That makes them the king of your house.
Hello. That's what I just wrote down here. I just wrote that down.
See?
I have a problem. Well, I won't have those issues because I'm like the old blues song. Don't I don't want nobody hanging around my house when I'm not home. Tell the mailman, he's, you know, he can't come in either. But no, so tell your sister she can't come over. No, it is not
No.
about being a tyrant in a relationship. It's simply that, especially when it comes to men, and
Mm-hmm.
you don't have men, or in women's cases, you don't let
Same.
women be around your husband. That's
Mm-hmm.
a that's a no-no. And I believe that I don't know the gentleman, so I'll just say this in general. But any man that allows another man to come and put food in his refrigerator, he just took ownership. He just placed it's like a lion that's peeing on a certain area to mark his territory. So
Exactly.
I mean, you should get permission, and you should get permission each time. You don't just walk into somebody's house and I'm just gonna put this in here. Like she, my woman, me and my friends. I mean, we fallen out through the years, but never once have I ever, or they never even did that to me. Just come over and you just put your food in the refrigerator. Tell them something, yo, leave that there. That's mine.
Mm-hmm.
Take it and with you.
Exactly. Exactly. I don't think people understand that. When you allow people to do things like that, like you said, you allow them to take ownership. You open the doors for them to say, "Oh, I can holler at his wife when he ain't around," or I can tell him how his wife is doing wrong, how he's doing wrong, and that's how you have confusion. So, women and men, do not let people do that. You're giving them the right to take over your home. Take ownership of what your family and friends are doing because you're going to allow them to destroy your relationship. It's
Right.
I mean, I
right?
don't like people in my house hanging around anyway. Like, if you're gonna hang out before I get there. If I made you a man cave, be in the man cave. Because to me, when you let people in your house, you're letting in the wrong spirits.
You
You
got that right.
you can be the greatest person in the world, but if you single, you need to be around single people. If you marry, be around married people with some common sense.
Hello. That's it with some common sense, right?
It's common sense. So,
Um, and then the other thing about taking responsibility as being the man, you also have to, and I am not one to dog the brothers out. You
mhm,
have to understand, I'm actually trying to get people to understand that men have feelings too.
that's
And
true.
we've been making the mistake of always talking about the woman's needs down through the years. We always talk about what the woman needs. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to change the narrative. And I'm trying to get people to understand that men, we have needs too. And
That's true.
we have things that we enjoy and that we like too to keep us, healthy and strong. Now, one of the things is like, okay, the man is supposed to be the visionary of the house
Mhm.
or in a relationship, right? So he has to take responsibility in that area. What does your future look like?
Mhm.
And what is the plan of action for getting there? It's not about her making more money than him. It's
True.
about it's about the plan of action because let's just be honest, a lot of black women make more money than a black man,
That's
right?
true.
If I
Mhm.
just want to put a color on it,
Mhm.
um, and it's quite the opposite when you look at Caucasians, right? Or you look at other cultures, right? But that's really it. A lot of black women make more money, and it's not that it's intimidating to the guy. It's just that how do my self esteem doesn't know if I can measure up.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And then if she's the kind of woman that likes to push him down and put him down, because I don't need you, I can do bad by myself. Oh man, those are do y'all know how deflating those words can be to a man?
Exactly. That's just like with a child. You'd say that child,
Yeah.
if the child knows their father is a person that's in prison, oh, you gonna be just like your father.
Just like what are you saying, Ma? You know what I mean? What does that really
Yeah,
translate? How does that translate to the child?
exactly.
Just
Ex-
like that. So yeah, go
I mean,
ahead.
I'm sorry. What you were saying makes so much sense. I feel like if we as women would understand that men do have feelings, that we can get them to communicate more. I think a lot of men are broken way before high school. They're
Yeah,
broken in the home because a lot of men are being raised by single mothers who are having to do things that they think their sons are not seeing, or they're seeing their mother being mistreated by men and wondering why they're taking it, or they have to be a child that has to help take care of home, so they're being a man in the home, so they have that mentality where I'm the man regardless, and then you have mothers who just that little boy could be 2 years old. Oh, my king. No, he is not a king, boo boo. He is a prince in training. Stop calling these little boys kings, and they are princes in training. They ain't got the king status yet. And so by the time the boy get in high school, he think, okay, I'm ruling everything around me, and and they're so broken. Like I've been around me in my life. Like I have more male friends, and I'm constantly hearing from them how they were broken by females, whether it was seeing what their mothers did or aunties did, or even being molested by babysitters or family members, where they were broken and never talked about it because society teaches a man not to talk about it. So they put it inside, and as things happen, the layers build on and build on until you have a broken man, and instead of you trying to take the time to see where he's broken, you're breaking him even worse.
right.
I don't
Breaking
know.
them, just breaking them even worse.
Yeah.
I teach middle school, fifth to eighth grade boys, and I got
Hmm.
an all boys school, and predominantly African American. We do have a couple white kids there,
Hmm.
but it's predominantly 99% is black. And these boys are broken
Yes.
from coming from the same background you just articulated,
Hmm.
and you could tell that they're getting these traits, the traits of, some woman is going to do everything for them.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
now in the future, you little black girls are going to have problems trying to date one of these guys who think that she owes them something.
Exactly. But see, we need to get back to the way our parents taught us. Whether you're a
Yeah.
girl or a boy, you need to train your children to know they have to work for anything they get. If you can't do chores in the house, baby, you don't get no phone, you don't get no new shoes, you don't get no clothes. We couldn't even get no school clothes. We had to do chores. If you didn't do your chores, oh, you think you finna get the school clothes you want? You gonna get the clothes that mom and dad want you to have.
I still hate cleaning up on Saturdays.
Oh my God. I used to hate that. Like, can I watch Kung
I
Fu?
don't want to clean up on Saturday. I don't want to clean up on Saturday.
I wasn't
I try to clean during the week as I go.
and you
You know
still
what I
had to
mean?
today.
I'd rather do that than spend all day Saturday doing baseboards and all that. No, I don't want to do that no more.
My mama was the same way. I don't care if you clean all week. You still that Saturday morning.
The
You better
walls
get
had to be washed on
early.
Saturday. Saturday was washing the walls and baseboards and the
Marcus, I
windows.
thought it was just my mama.
No, no. Mm.
See,
So
but it taught us to work. It taught us, and
yeah, they taught
it
me
taught.
how to want to get out the house. That's what I learned.
I'm so done. I'm
I
so done.
wanted to leave. I wanted to run away. I was tired.
But I guarantee you got your own house. She was like, this mug need to be clean.
Listen, I'll look over and I'll see it, and I'll be like, "Listen, I got to clean this thing up."
Okay, see?
But I don't have OCD. Like, I might have OC, but I don't have the D. Praise God, right?
I'm so done. I had to grow out of the OCD when I had children because when they were little, they were good about putting toys up. But if you go into my kids' room right now, and yeah, my kids are grown and we all stay together, but we trying to build an empire so y'all can do whatever you want to do. But they at home, I go in that room now, it's like I be wanting to cuss and I'm supposed to be preaching.
How you
So
gonna do that? Don't be
I
like the cussing pastor. Don't be like the cussing pastor. Don't be preaching and cussing.
I had to get up out that OCD. I was like, you know what? I'm just not gonna even go in their room, that side of the house.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
so let's look at the activity though, Marcus. It says create a room or a place where you can pray, think, meditate. We consider the verse at the top of this page and meditate on it. Knowing if you give, then you will receive. Make a list of all the different things that your wife does. Review the list to see what things you can take on to make her life easier. You don't have to tell her your plans or throw it back in her face during an argument. Actions speak a multitude. And the verse that you gave for them was Galatians 6:7-9. So
Yes.
I think that's a good activity though, because it makes you look at the person, and I want the women to do that. Like write down what your husband is doing, and so you won't take them for granted.
Yeah. Sometimes people like to tell you all the things they do in the house. I clean, I cook, I do this, I do that.
Mm-hmm.
But they never pay attention to what you do. You
Yeah.
know, like I know a lot of women who love to clean, but they don't like to dust,
Oh, that's
right? Yeah, they don't like to dust, right? So, the thing is, like, so if you have a woman who likes to clean, she might be clean, mop, do all that stuff, but hate the dust or don't dust. But then, the ceiling fan sometimes get the dust butts on it when somebody don't get up there and clean it. And then
true.
the guy might say, well, hey, if I'm not helping doing anything, then wouldn't the ceiling fan have all this dust on it? How come there's no dust on the ceiling fan? Or how come there's no dust on the television? Or how come there's no dust on the coffee table, etc.? Somebody got to be doing the work, right?
Somebody doing it.
Somebody doing it. So the whole thing is make a list about what she does or he
What
does,
he does.
right? Or he does, and then
Mm-hmm.
take responsibility and say, you know what? They really do a lot. let me start vacuuming more. Let me start maybe doing the dishes. Maybe I'll do the dishes every 3 days. 3 days out of 7, right? I mean something, right?
Yeah. And ladies, you can say, okay, well, he does wash the car. So let me go get the car washed or vacuumed. Even if you don't do it, I mean, you can take $20, $30 and pay somebody to do that. I mean, because you might not be like me, because Joe Peterson trained me to do everything that a man can do. you ain't like me, don't do it. But do something on the list that you know he's doing, because you might not be paying attention to all the things that your mate is actually doing.
Hey, you hit it on the nail. You hit it on the nail. Oh yeah, but that's really the activity. Make a prayer room. Think, meditate. Guys have to learn how to get away. And what some men do to get away is play the game.
Let them men play the game, women. Golly.
They do.
Some women don't, though. They don't let them play. Let the man
No, they
play.
don't let them play.
If
I
he
hear it
needs
all the
to go
time.
out and what you have to do as a woman, if you that's your husband, then you just get freaky. Go put on some lingerie. He done played for an hour. Okay, well, play the game with me. Stand you play the game. That's how you do that. Don't be
Don't
like,
interrupt the man when he's playing his game.
yeah, I'm
Ladies,
saying,
don't listen. Ladies,
no,
don't listen to that. Don't listen to that. Do not listen to
no,
that.
Marcus. What I'm saying is he done played over 2, 3 hours, and you don't go fussing.
Oh,
Don't fuss about
don't mess with that man while he playing the game.
it. He done played all day. Come on now. You the play. Don't be
Listen,
fussing. Just be slick about it. Just go put some
find out what his
the whole
stress
thing in
level.
front of the TV. Simple. I'm trying to help y'all ladies. Marcus, don't do that. You know,
Listen,
your future wife, when you get mad and you in there writing your sermon and she walking there with some lingerie on, is you gonna continue to write your sermon? Tell the truth.
if I'm in the middle of if it's flowing in my mind and I might forget it, I got baby, you got to hold on.
Well,
Hold
God,
on.
look,
I'm
God
gonna
will
say,
probably make
hold
you right.
on, just a little while longer,
No, you
and
won't.
everything's gonna
Give
be
me
all
like
right.
you're right, girl.
That's
Hold
what
on.
I'm gonna tell her. I'm gonna tell her, hold on.
I'm so done. You gonna have to you have to tell me about that one right there. That happened, huh?
Hey, but yes, I will not neglect my wife in that area ever.
That's good.
No, no.
Good.
But when it's time for me to do my work, then it's time for me to work.
Yeah, I mean, I think in the part of taking responsibility is letting them know before you even start. Hey, babe, I got to do this. This is what I have to do. Can you give me a few minutes? Do whatever you need to do while I'm doing it, and I promise you, I'll give you my
Man,
word.
interrupt me. Interrupt me. I mean,
You just said don't do that. You just told women not to do that.
no, no, don't interrupt. Like,
Oh, you said don't. I thought you said interrupt.
no, yeah, interrupt me when I'm doing something. But I mean, it's if I'm really in a flow and I know I'm going to forget what I'm saying, then hold
Yeah,
on, baby. I'll be there. Just give me a minute,
yeah.
or keep
I
dancing, or keep dancing.
just just do your pole dance in front of them.
But no, like this is like you can't interrupt the guy if he okay, if a man comes home and he's stressed out and
Yeah.
he's going to get on the game. Every man is different, right? So
True.
he's getting on the game to kind of get rid of some stress. And
Mhm.
she knows he's going to be on there 2 or 3 hours. Then
Mhm.
take a day when y'all talking and y'all having a decent time and you can say, "Hey, listen, uh can you just not play the game right away or give me some time to talk?"
Or
But she
play with
don't
them.
take but she don't take the game totally away from the guy. That's going to create an argument or play with him.
Yeah, play with him until he's ready to talk. If you actually
And
learn how to play the game,
there you go. Learn how to play. Don't be
learn
interrupting
how
that
to
man game. Don't be interrupting that man game. And you no
play,
learn
you can't
learn
play.
learn on a Saturday when he wants to
Yeah,
play at 11 o'clock in the morning and he want to show you how to play the game. But on Monday night at 6 o'clock and he playing the internet world, don't bother that man.
call him when he on there with his homeboys. Don't do that.
Leave that man alone. Y'all have y'all game day, another time.
Exactly. I think
Listen,
this is a good day for people to
yeah,
understand to start off with taking responsibility,
take
knowing what
responsibility.
you're doing. Women, it wasn't just for the men, it was for You too. I mean, because I had to learn to take responsibility for a lot of stuff, Marcus.
Did you?
But that taking responsibility be hitting you hard.
Well, going into next week, we know about ownership. You kind of started off the same way, so we're gonna
Yeah,
get into that.
I want women to take ownership of y'all mess. Y'all know y'all can be messy sometimes.
Mm,
Don't you say
but
that, Marcus. Don't you say
I ain't saying nothing. I just can't wait till next week. I can't wait till next week so we can discuss this because I got questions. I'm gonna make sure I reread it. I'm gonna reread it again, and I'm gonna have a couple questions.
I feel you. I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna be
It ain't gonna
truthful.
be nothing. It ain't gonna be tough. It's just gonna be
It's probably
I,
questions that other men want to know the answer to. Because I mean, we as women a lot of times do not take ownership for our mess.
woo. I'm gonna give me a good sermon next week out of this.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not gotten one last try, download the book, get it, do it with your mate, and then watch the episode. That's right. Watch the episodes and work through it together. I promise you guys, you have a lot of fun because me and Marcus will be getting crazier as the days go by.
Lord help us. I'm gonna do the genuflect now.
Look, God created us. He know. I didn't I say that earlier?
Yeah,
He know.
you
He
know.
wants, but ladies and gentlemen, he wants us to have good relationships, whether it's marriages, friendships, or even yourself. You have to have a friendship with yourself. You have to love yourself. And this right here, this book and this TV show will help you to build those relationships, to repair them, and to start over again. Sometimes we walk away from the best person in the world because we're still messed up. And once you fix yourself, you realize you walked away from the best person in the world and you can't get them back. So while you have the chance to try again, while y'all can't get nowhere because the pandemic going on, fix some of these relationships.
Lord have mercy. Where
So
can they get the book from?
they can go to Amazon, Barnes and Noble, any online bookstore they can get it from. Next week we will post some of the sites and stuff on here for you guys so you can get it. And I guess Marcus, we might have to order some more physical copies so we
Yeah, I
can have.
know. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, join us next week where it's for the women. So y'all men can be like, yeah, girl. Mm-hmm. Well, we're gonna be taking ownership for the women.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness. But don't forget your activity. Create the prayer room. And create the prayer room not just for you men, but for your family, where you can teach your children to go in and pray, your wife to go in and pray. You as the man is the leader. You're supposed to encourage your family to pray. So create the prayer room for everybody. Everybody needs to go in and pray and talk to God from time to time. So create that prayer room and then make your list. Okay? Marcus, you
Yeah.
making a list so you can talk about me.
Yes, I'm making lists. Yes.
You know what? I'm not gonna. You better not talk about me next week.
I ain't saying nothing.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to One Last Try, the TV show. We love you guys. Have a great and blessed week and be safe.
Blessings.